Rob Squared. Rob Squared?
Who?
All right. Still doing our recap here. Gonna finish the early games. And first one here is Lions at Vikings.
Yep.
Weird game. Lions 17, Vikings 19.
Another last-second field goal loss.
Yeah, typical Lions getting their heart broken by long-ass field goals, and this is by the Vikings, an awful kicker. Terrible. Greg Joseph, I believe. Not good. So, really low scoring. Lions did what they do. They come back, and they show a heart of a champion, and then they just fucking lose. So, interesting I found here is Swift played 74% of the snaps. Somehow Williams had 13 carries, Swift had 11. Williams, when he's in the game, is getting the ball, apparently, because he's only playing like 30%, 35%, and getting like 15 touches. It's crazy. And then Swift is getting like more snaps, but just the same amount of touches. I love Swift. He loves Swift more.
Yeah.
He looks good. Give that man the ball more. Can we say that? Can we do that?
I don't think it's going to happen, but you should.
No, not until the end of the year.
Well, Jamal Williams starts every single game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more, it feels ceremonial.
Yes,
to me,
yes.
right?
And he's getting the touches, too.
Which he deserved. I'm a big fan of Jamal Williams. I really am. Not just the player. I think he's talented. But if you watch his interviews and stuff, it's impossible not to like him as a person.
Yep. Very likable man.
Taj Gibson, hard hat lunch pail, dude.
Well, even Jamal seems like a guy. Like he's just a fun guy. Like he's carefree, but also super uber talented. So,
in terms of wide receivers, there was an injury. Quintus Cephas out for the year.
Yep.
He gone, broken collarbone. So, a bad receiving core just got way worse. And right now it's Khalif Raymond, the Titans castaway, and Amon St. Brown, who I liked in the preseason.
What's up with Williams?
Tyrell Williams haven't heard it
Still an
at
IR.
peak.
Still an IR.
So, at this point, it's going to
right?
be Khalif Raymond playing the downfield role and a lot more Amon St. Brown, who I love. St. Brown played 69%. Raymond played 68%. St. Brown had a nice showing. It was 8 targets, 7 for 65. He's not going to light the world on fire, but in PPR leagues, he's going to be relevant. He's going to be getting 6, 7, 8 looks a game, maybe more, especially with game scripts. I like the player. That's a possible waiver guy for me. Again, it's not sexy. I'd rather not use a waiver claim on him, but pick him up after waivers and see what happens. Not much else in the offense. Hawkinson's been hurt, played 81%, but had a terrible game, 2 for 22.
Yeah. Going back to Amon Ra, our buddy, was curious which one you guys like better, him or his brother, as far as first names go. Equinemius or Amon Ra? Pick one.
Equinemius.
Yeah?
Sounds like an under the sea name or
They're
something.
both really creative names.
Yeah.
Like, their parents really spent a lot of time thinking.
Equinemius sounds like I think that or comic book fans, because that sounds like someone in a comic book. Like, Equinemius, the seller savior. Just real quick for the Lions, their starting center, who is one of the higher graded centers, out for the year now. Penny Sewell was super questionable.
Yeah.
Decided to play last minute. Also super questionable this week. So in terms of rushing yards, not looking great, but in terms of passing, it is intriguing for someone like St. Brown, especially Swift as well. Hawkinson might have a little more opportunity.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I'm worried a little bit about Hawkinson because if all those offensive linemen are hurt, they're going to need a little more help blocking. Right. So he may still struggle a little bit until they figure out a way to work around the two best offensive linemen getting hurt. So.
Hawkinson buy low, though, would we all agree? Because he had 2 nice weeks and then he's been bad. So if you can get him for less than value, or even at value for me, where he's drafted, buy him. Steady tight end, targets, like, not this game, but he'll be fine.
And the only way to acquire him, given the tight end landscape, would be to send over a Dawson Knox or Dalton Schultz and another piece to get him.
No, what I'm saying is, what if the Hawkinson owner, which they probably wouldn't have, but what if they had Dawson Knox? That's how you buy low, right? You don't need to give up tight end if you didn't have a tight end. Let's say you had Jonnu, then you trade Devontae Booker. I always try to trade Devontae Booker everywhere because I'm picking him up.
Yeah, I guess in that scenario, if someone has Dawson Knox and has Hawkinson,
don't trade for Dawson.
At that point, right now, Dawson, you're going to have to overpay.
To be clear, I was saying if you want to go out and get Hawkinson.
Yeah, and they didn't have
someone
Dawson.
Odds are you have a Knox.
So you would trade Knox for Hawkinson straight up?
I would 100%.
I would think that the Hawkinson's owner is going to want a sweetener. Like,
you think so?
Yeah. I think
maybe
based
after
on
Knox,
the first 2 weeks.
Name value.
I don't know. With Knox performing, because the last 2 games, it feels like the Bills, rather, have been under the spotlight. So the fact that Knox has been blowing up.
Playing every snap.
And Hawkinson has been, like, everyone that was relying on him early is, like, hearing the opposite. Like, Hawkinson's or Knox is So I think right now you could probably do a 1-for-1 if, as a Knox owner, you're willing to do that.
Vikings, not much here. Alexander Madison crushed fucking nutsacks. God. Well, now he's actually performing when he's looking like Dalvin Cook. Actually giving you Dalvin Cook games. He had 25 for 113. He didn't have a touchdown, but he had 7. He actually had a receiving touchdown. 7 for 40 receiving. So he had fucking 32 touches.
7 catches?
Yeah. 32 touches and a tutty. He only played 66%, which, I mean, I say only, but, like, when you have 32 touches, that's amazing. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, all day. Hold on to him. Dalvin Cook is Anthony Davis. He'll go down again. It'll happen all year. Ankle injuries, hamstring injuries, knee injuries. That guy is just frail. Love him as a player.
He's a lot of games early. He's like Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, he's kind of a pussy. Oh, fuck! No! John Gruden. I'm done.
You can say,
all right.
You can say pussy.
I can?
Right?
Oh. Well, I guess our president said grab him by the pussy, so... our old president.
It's... Like, I don't think that's derogatory.
You never know. I mean... I'm canceling myself. I just walk off this... See you guys. George Costanza, ending on a high note.
Well, at that point, it'd be pretty low.
Real
quick before we move on, one question for each of you. I believe the Vikes are underrated.
Agreed.
Over under 50% chance they make the playoffs. Vikings.
Under. Oh no, they won this week. Push.
They're 2 games back from. They're 2 games back.
I say they get in because of the Russell injury, because I think that's one team that's out that they're going to jump in.
And then Lions. To me, they're a fighting team. I mean, they're competitive every game. Over under 2.5 wins for them.
Over, and I have to say that I've been watching this show since the inception, and you said that over the summer that you were all about the Lions being competitive and slugging it out with people.
Not necessarily winning games.
Right, but you actually laid it out perfectly before it even happened. Did you know that the coach was going to cry? I don't know that you knew that.
Well, that was my other bet. You must not watch the whole episode. Yeah. No, I was not expecting a cry. Not from that guy.
But it played out just like you said.
And they're being fantasy relevant too.
So far.
For the couple guys, but it'll get better.
Or, no, if anything, they've had more fantasy relevant receivers. Like we're talking about St. Brown.
Cliff Raymond had 2 touchdowns.
We were talking about Stevens before he just was out for the year.
They're supporting 2 running backs. They haven't supported a running back since Barry Sanders.
True. All right, Broncos Steelers. Kind of a shitty game here. We're saying that a lot, but 27-19, Steelers won. Big Ben had decent numbers, but he blows. We established this. It's not good. He's if you're starting him in fantasy, you need to see a therapist.
Yeah,
maybe on the road. Maybe 2 quarterbacks because he's prone to throw for 60 attempts, right?
Right. So Najee Harris did Najee Harris things. 23 carries, $122 and a tutty, adding in 2 for 20. So that's 25 touches. That's what he does every week. More efficient than normal. Obviously, they were winning. Broncos didn't look great. Let's say that they disappointed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy Bridgewater played, which we thought it'd be bad if they didn't have Teddy. They had Teddy, and they scored a late touchdown to even make it close. So, Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, big talking point here. It's 60% snap share Gordon, 42% Williams. I feel like Williams is outplaying him. Williams was 8 for 61, and Gordon was 9 for 34. So, Javonte just looks better. I mean, he is better. He's just a better athlete. He's younger.
Looks good, yeah.
As long as the Broncos continue to win games and stay relevant, they're going to play Melvin Gordon, though.
Agreed.
As long as Melvin Gordon stays healthy.
Yeah, which has always been an issue.
They've been winning. So who do they play this week? They play
this week. It's Oakland.
Oh, smash spot for that.
I'm going to tell you right now. Even with everything that's going on with, or what was going on with Gruden, now it's not their problem anymore. I don't feel like the players felt the same way about Gruden.
No,
I don't feel like 90% of the league felt that way about Gruden. Not trying to dive in too much. So the point I'm trying to make, without the details, is I feel like the team is going to rally around that. I feel like they thought he was their leader. I felt like they expected Gruden to take him where they were expecting him to go. And the fact that I don't know, this whole thing felt pretty targeted because they got all this information investigating the Redskins or the Washington football team. Yeah. All this information came out because they were investigating someone else doing something super shitty, and so all that information that they were targeting the guy for being super shitty resulted in someone else being super shitty, which I don't understand how that makes sense, but it seems pretty targeted. I genuinely believe that the Raiders are going to take that personal, and you can get them plus 3.5 right now. But I'm curious what you guys have to say about the Broncos, because the Broncos I think are good, but
their run D was awesome until Najee. That's the weird part, is that the run D was elite for the first 4 weeks, and then Najee pops off.
Easy matchups too, though.
Yeah.
And then Cortland Sutton, big game, 11 targets, 7 for 120 and a tutty. I have here written down he's 5th in the league in air yards entering week 6.
I saw that. Yeah.
So I feel like this is a sell high for Cortland Sutton though, because Jerry Judy's coming back, and Jerry Judy's a baller. We all agree we like Jerry Judy better than Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, and I just don't think that offense supports that many options.
No, but Judy's going to come back and be the number 1.
I think so. He was third. It was midway through the third quarter. He had 7 for 96 or something like that.
Yeah,
and got hurt.
Yeah,
if Bridgewater can continue to play his early season the Broncos are going to be contention for a wild card, and if Judy comes back, he might still push for 60 or 70 catches this year.
Tim Patrick, 9 targets, 7 catches, 89 yards, 95% snap share. Until Judy comes back, Patrick's wide receiver 3 worthy. Not sexy. They don't want to do it. But Noah Fant, 97%.
Yep.
Not a great game, 3 for 20. Roll that man out as a mid-range set-in 1.
You're talking to the wrong guy. I am not a Noah Fant.
I know, but until Judy comes back, Fant or Hawkinson. Give me Fant.
If you're a full PPR 2 flex league, would you flex Noah Fant?
I would.
Noah Fant.
PPR,
all right, Noah Fant or Mecole Hardman in full PPR.
Noah Fant.
Noah Fant.
Okay.
He hates Hardman. So.
Okay,
no, that's not entirely true.
Noah Fant or I'm trying to think of a decent receiver here. Odell Beckham.
I still go with Fant, even though I don't like Fant.
Are you?
I'm not a big Odell guy.
Yeah.
They just scored 42 points and he had 20 yards.
Yeah, I'm
all right. Here we go. Fant or Tyler Boyd.
I would do Boyd.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would at that point.
Okay.
I just want to say that Fant, when the weather gets colder, I've seen very clearly that man. He'll shrivel up in the cold. He just sits there in the huddle with his hands in his little fanny pack.
Like George's cock.
He plays horrible. So he plays in the pool the whole time.
Right. I was in the pool.
He plays like crap in the cold weather.
Interesting. All right.
The only note really for the Steelers, besides Big Ben sucks, is Juju's out for the year. So Claypool stock, in my mind, Claypool stock rises more than Johnson because Deontay Johnson's going to get hurt, as you would know.
Yep.
Right?
Well, he already has.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But how many more games?
Also, he's trying to be old school Mike Williams and just come down on his AC joint.
Those are frail receivers, and so I guess the moral of the story is pick up James Robinson, or not James Washington. And I saw they signed Anthony Miller.
No, if I'm looking to invest in anyone right now on this, the Steelers offense, it's probably Claypool for me.
Well, it's Najee, right?
For me, definitely. But if you're looking for a receiver,
I think Najee is overvalued. He's not going to return this type of production the rest of the year. There's no chance. Where Claypool, I think, has struggled. He's had one good game, really. So at least it feels that way.
All right, moving on. Dolphins at Bucks. Kind of another stinker in terms of one team. Well, their team was not a stinker.
Gaskin Bowl.
Miles Gaskin Bowl. Man dropped Miles Gaskin.
Gaskin
I picked him.
everywhere.
He has Gaskin everywhere. Everywhere. He started him a bunch.
I traded for him everywhere.
He was dancing about Miles Gaskin like I dance about my kickers kicking field goals. He knows if my kicker kicks a field goal, and I'm in 25 leagues, so it could be any of my kickers, right? And it could be the third quarter, they have 1 point. I'm dancing.
You have.
I love it. It's just
we should create the album for all your kicker songs.
Tyler, Big Mouth Billy Bass. Here's a little song I wrote.
Yeah,
Blank and
how
shit.
people release like Christmas albums.
Yeah.
We'll do
What
your
was my
kicker
Nick
album.
Folk song? I was just talking about like everything being a folk song and.
Yeah, there's
Great.
something.
I started Nick Folk in a while. He had 16 points.
Nice.
Texans, bro. Like, Texans only allow 5 field goal attempts a game, and as long as you're not Mason Crosby, you'll turn that into 16 points. Right? So Dolphins 17, Bucks 45. That's not good. It's
closer than that, to be honest.
A little bit, but I mean
it was close.
Blowout, bro. So Gaskin played 69% of the snaps. Nice. And 5 carries, 25 yards. Meh. But the motherfucker had 10 targets, 10 catches, 74 yards, and 2 tutties just to shove it in Dave's fucking dick. His ass, his mouth, whatever. Like he got shoved in every orifice. Your orifices are filled with Miles Gaskin stuff.
Sunday.
Sorry, dude. It wasn't great. So Malcolm Brown phased out 9%.
This week, yeah.
The terrorist, Salvin Ahmed. 20%. I feel like Ahmed is the handcuff to Gaskin.
Is it pronounced Ahmed?
It is pronounced Ahmed, but it's spelled Ahmed, but it's pronounced Ahmed.
Are you sure it's just not Ahmed?
Oh no, it's pronounced Ahmed.
It's more fun to do though.
Well, I'm assuming. Here's my thought: was that
I've heard it, dude.
All these 70-year-old announcers that we have just say
on.
Ahmed, that just became a thing, but it's spelled Ahmed.
What about in baseball, Nick Ahmed?
It's Ahmed,
right?
Yeah, and it's spelled the same, so maybe you're right.
I don't know if I am, but I mean, maybe AH is pronounced with a.
Jalen Waddle, 80%. Didn't produce.
Nope.
6 targets, 2 for 31. Who did produce? Preston Williams. 0% guy. Wasn't great either, but 3 for 60. It's better. Sorry, Mike Gesicki, though. 7 targets, 4 for 43. On the radar until they get some of their guys back, right?
No, he's not. He's back.
78% snap share. He's back.
I don't believe that's just a product of Brissett. There's no way.
He's one of their better playmakers on offense.
If anything, that just shows that Brissett is capable of giving a guy 7 targets in an average of 9 catches a game. That shows that he's a capable quarterback. So all these other struggles aren't valid if you're saying he's capable of doing that stuff. So
on the Bucs side, that committee, I mean, Fournette's taking the lead for sure. But it's still a 3-way committee, and Fournette played 62%, Jones 14%, Gio 23%. Now Gio, I believe, found the end zone on a receiving catch. So Fournette was 12 for 67 with a rushing tutty. Ronald Jones didn't do anything. I still love Ronald Jones as a roster because he's a league winner.
Now, at this point, he's a handcuff. He's a top 10 handcuff, right?
Yeah. Actually, I almost thrust him in there.
I'd say, I mean, if Fournette was actually gone, then yeah.
Why Fournette's the best is he's the double handcuff. He's a starter, and if Ronald Jones gets hurt, he gets all the work, and if Gio gets hurt, he gets Gio's work.
Gio,
Ronald Jones only has one path, right?
If Fournette gets hurt, Gio...
I do this for a living. I'm homeless.
If Fournette gets hurt, Gio's not taking the starting role against Rojo, right?
He doesn't get any carries.
So there's inherent value in that alone. Because he's going to get 2 touchdowns doing that. Let's say Fournette gets hurt for the rest of the year. There's 10 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Rojo will have at least two touchdown games.
Oh, yeah. And he'll get all the work.
So I think that's a very valuable handcuff.
Who is a better runner? Not blocking, not receiver. Ronald Jones or Leonard Fournette right now?
Ronald Jones is.
Thank you.
And you know what? You may have a situation.
He does look good this year. I still take Ronald Jones.
Fournette's a football player.
He is okay, Levy.
You may have a situation where Fournette misses a game for another reason, as in when he was in Jacksonville, missed a team photo.
Yeah, well, maybe he just had a herpes on his lip and he didn't want to get a team photo.
No, I
sorry. Apparently, Fournette has herpes.
But if that happens, get around.
No, I think Fournette's on the.
It's a flare up.
Fournette's on the Tom Brady timeline. He knows that Tom's going to be this year, maybe next year. If they win this year, Tom's gone. If they lose, but they're close, I think Tom's back. So
breaking news.
With that, I don't think Fournette's on more than a 1 year contract. So I think he's there for Tom. I don't think he's staying unless they give him
right. He wants
$13 million a year contract, right?
So wide receiver wise, it's kind of a mess again. I guess they're just spreading the wealth so much. Yep. So Godwin 69%, Evans 78%, Brown 57%, and Antonio Brown, of course, on 57% snap share has 7 catches, 124 and 2 touchdowns.
Are you worried?
That's what he does. About who?
It's only 50% share. Are you worried?
The thing is, no. So here's Antonio Brown's snap share after the 4 weeks he's played. 65, 44, 51, 57. I'm a snap share guy. These numbers aren't sustainable. Chris Godwin's going to get in the mix more. Mike Evans doing Mike Evans things as normal. I'm just saying, like, how is Antonio Brown doing this on, like, 30 snaps a game, dude?
I'm more of a target per route run guy, and that's got to be where he's winning.
The snap shares, I think, are relevant for guys that aren't named Antonio Brown.
I get it. I would sell Antonio Brown right now if I had him.
He played. All right,
that's fair, because his game was awesome.
So let's say I'm just going to use a round number. Let's say the Bucs run 60 offensive plays. Mm-hmm. And he's in there for, we'll just call it even 50. So he's in there 30. For 30 plays, right? But he has 15 or 16 specific routes designed for him. I would say those 15 or 16 are equivalent to the same 50 or 16 that Godwin or Gronk. Like, he's getting the same amount of opportunities.
I get it.
But he's in there for situational plays.
Rondell Moore effect.
Ooh.
Well, Rondell is hoping to be
circle, dude.
Right.
No, but when they put Rondell in the game, when they put Rondell in the game, they're going to use him.
Yeah.
When they use Antonio, exactly. I know, it's crazy. I think they should probably just start using Godwin more. Right? Like when he's in there, because Godwin's still... is Brown a better player than Godwin right now?
He is.
He is?
Yeah. No, here's the thing with... I'll bet you... but I will take a stance on that Godwin's had more red zone targets.
Third down targets.
He had 3 red zone targets in this last game. He just didn't come down with them. That's the normal. That's the average for him. He's the slot guy. Like, we know how much Brady likes the slot.
Loves slots.
Right now, he's right now, he's not having to rely on that. Like, once everything catches, like, they're overrated.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't have a good defense.
Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna play the Dolphins every week.
And if Fournette's not rushing for 140 yards a game or 120 total yards a game, all of a sudden you're gonna have to rely on Godwin to get those 5-6 yard. That's where he gets 12 catches for 144 yards and a touchdown.
One other nugget here. So Gronk's ruled out this week, and he sounds like it's Thursday, so it sounds like he's close though. Yeah. I feel like they should hold him out again week 7. So Cameron Brate was everyone's sweetheart. I actually started him this week, of course. O.J. Howard played 60%, and Brate played 38%. So I love O.J. Howard, the player, the talent, love him. So deep dive this week, I feel like O.J. Howard has some really nice upside. Because Gronk's out. Yeah. If any tight end's capable of having a 70-yard touchdown, it's that guy, right?
And then David Njoku, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I love both those guys. Yeah. Njoku, oh God, those two guys.
The same guy.
My dream tight end threesome is David Njoku and O.J. Howard. So,
and here's the funny thing about that is you want to be the tight end in that scenario.
Well, it wouldn't be very tight after that. Loose end.
Tying up a loose end.
Oh, we have fun here, guys. Saints Washington football team. I have Redskins written down here, but after the Gruden thing, I can't say that.
Right.
The Redskins.
Better let yourself out.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll let myself out. See you guys. Saints won 33-22 in a very exciting game. Over-under was like 42 points, dude. When it opened, at least.
I don't know, but that was a very exciting. Was it because you're
high scoring? No, high scoring. How about that? Not exciting, high scoring. Right? Well, no, there was that the Callaway touchdown at the end of the half. Hail Mary, exciting.
I just feel like no one really cared about this game at all.
I did.
Because everyone knows the Saints are super weird. and no,
they are a good team.
Here's a weird.
They're what
stat.
the Bears would hope to be right now. If the Bears could duplicate.
That's right.
They want to be exactly. They want to be a good defensive guy. They want an efficient quarterback, and they want a decent running game. That's what the Bears are aspiring to be.
You're right. Here's a crazy stat. So it was 33-22. Saints won. Redskins ran 83 snaps. Saints ran 56. So it's one of those classic Redskins move the ball, turn the ball over, right? And Jameis has a long couple touchdown passes. They had 2, I believe. It was a nice game for Jameis. His best game of the year in terms of yardage. He had 279, 4 tutties, and a pick. Callaway performed, finally. Thank you, after everyone dropped him. I started him in a few leagues. One by accident, because Fantrax locks their leagues at 11:55. 5 minutes before the game kicked off.
I'm going to take credit for it.
Yeah.
Well, I had him in there, and I didn't know Claypool was going to play, and then I ended up starting him over Claypool, and actually it was a good decision because it was standard, and he had 2 touchdowns. So
Claypool had good.
Yeah, but Callaway had 2 tutties, so.
How many points?
It was standard, so he outscored him because Callaway had 4 for 85, so that would be 12, 20
I think Claypool 8 for $120 in a touchdown.
Yeah, it was really close, but I think he had 1 more point. Either way. So Callaway 82%, and everything else is Kenny Stills played 71%. So that can we just get Michael Thomas back, please? And I wanted to ask you guys. Right? Well, it's supposed to be probably week 8. I wanted to ask you guys. Fast forward 2 weeks. Obviously, nothing's going to change because they have a bye week. Yep. What we've seen, obviously, Callaway's solid, but he's not what they were saying he's going to take Michael Thomas' job. That ain't happening. Where would you draft Michael Thomas right now?
Probably where you did in our league, is 6-7 area.
Oh,
still.
If he was coming right now,
I think
you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I think
get off.
I think that this team is.
Thanks for showing up, Dave.
Michael Thomas is going to get 33%
I'm not into
share.
The thing is, every single thing has gone his way while he's been gone. No receivers popped. Tony Jones got hurt. Taysom Hill is hurt now, which is a huge change to the offense. And all that said, I still don't think that Peyton is going to let Jameis air it out, and that's the problem. I just don't think there's going to be enough volume. It's just like Justin Fields, but different, obviously. There's not enough attempts to float him like Breeze floated him. And he did need to be floated with targets. He caught them all, but he's not a breakaway receiver. He's a volume
So you're
guy.
saying 6th round in a 12-team league. You're saying 6th round?
In a 12-team league, it'd be a fifth.
Full PPR?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you got?
So the way I'm looking at it is I think that MT is going to come back to the way I have no evidence for this, but the way I'm thinking of the Saints offense right now, it feels like they're waiting for MT to come back. All right, let's buy there. Let's just stay above water. Let's try and get 3-2. Whatever it may be. Let's just try and stay right around 500. And once MT comes back, that opens up these deep guys. Because right now they're solely relying on just deep guys, big play guys, and that's why Jameis. He's all right. Well, if we only have the big play or the little dump off, we'll take that. That's why it's so inefficient. But when they play against lesser competition, he has a high touchdown percentage. I don't. I guess I don't know if I want to say the way I'm looking at it, the way I'm hoping things play out is I think MT comes back and has 28 to 31% target ratio, and I think if he's efficient the way they need him to be, someone outside of Kamara that's going to extend the drive, so it's not going to be 150 yards and 17 completions, and you get 30% of that, so now you have 6 catches. That's who cares about that, right? I think it's going to be closer to the 33 to 35 targets per game, and closer to the 27 to 28 completion. On average, it's going to allow more for just the whole team. It's bigger plays.
Where would you draft him? That was a question. I'm taking him in the early 3rd round right now.
I would say 4th.
Okay.
So we're almost.
That's not my bias from having him in 21 leagues going forward in terms of redraft.
No, I get it, but there's still
the floor.
If you're going to ignore the risk, you're a fool. There's definitely the Saints' offense is not.
Well,
the ball
you're not talking about the injury risk even. You're not talking about the ankle injury. You're talking about.
No,
just the
I'm
risk
assuming
of the
that
offense.
if he's coming back, he's going to be ready to come back because he's not going to be on the Saints next year.
Right, and he needs to make some money. So
he's going to try and score 8 touchdowns in the 9 games he plays.
Well, all right.
Yeah, redraft wise, I'm just curious who you guys would like, where you would draw the line today if we were redrafting now. Like, who's next to Mike Thomas?
Well, are we gonna like
wide receiver, like
jump up Mike Williams to fucking second round?
Yeah, as if you were redrafting right now today. So he's not.
We're drafting from week. We'll call it week 7.
Allen Robinson or MT?
Week 7.
Okay.
So you're talking 10 games?
Yeah.
So MT or Adam Thielen the rest of the year.
Definitely Thomas.
MT. Yeah.
Where I'm looking at is like Robert Woods is what the name that came to
MT.
MT or Chris Godwin.
MT. Sure.
I would take Godwin there.
MT or Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. But.
MT or let me try to think of one more. Amari Cooper.
Ooh, that's a really good one. MT.
I'll take Cooper because he seems to always score.
He's hurt though.
He's always hurt too.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
Yeah, I think I'm the last one. I'll take MT. I think.
Yeah. All right. So I love MT more than everyone else.
So we're talking wide receiver 1 territory for him, like borderline wide receiver 1.
He's more of a borderline 2 or 3. You're a 2. I'm a 1.
We're talking wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I'm talking back end 1. You're talking mid 2. He's talking back end 3. Mid 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, like a strong 3.
Yeah, good 2. Okay.
Not like a dart throw.
Right. All right.
Michael Thomas is dart throw.
Redskins. Antonio Gibson playing through a fracture in his shin, apparently. Looks
stress,
pretty good.
Stress
fracture, but still. 20 carries, 60 yards, 2
Trying
touchdowns.
to make him sound more Herculean. Fracture.
No, another way.
I don't like
another
it
way
much.
to say it is he has really, really bad shin splints.
There you go. So he's going to play through that, but he played 57%. J.D. McKissick played 41. McKissick had 2 carries for -1 yards, not good. But he did add only 1 for 8, so that's a typical McKissick piece of shit game. When they're losing, I don't get it. Tough to start him.
It's like Naheem Hines. Where the fuck are you when you think you should?
You can never choose when to start that guy, even though we think they should both get more work. Only other note I have here, obviously Terry McLaurin. Humphries had a nice game. McLaurin had 11 targets, but only 4 for 46. He does this. Just fire him out. He's a top 15 option every week, I feel like. End of wide receiver 1, early wide receiver 2. He still gets the volume. He's what we wanted Allen Robinson to be.
Yeah.
Right? And now everyone was telling me not to take Terry McLaurin over to Allen Robinson. Looks really smart now because at least he got a quarterback that's throwing the ball.
Yeah, they were right there together in drafting Keenan Allen.
Ricky Seals-Jones, the other one I want to mention, because he has 2 more weeks of this. He played 99% of the snaps. He picked up right where Logan Thomas, who went over, has never missed a snap this year. He played every snap until he got hurt. Now Ricky Seals is just playing 99%. So, and yeah, he loves Seal. He sings Seal all the time.
Oh, no.
So, did you know
it was the thing?
that when it snows, my eyes
I'm not going to start singing it.
Become alive.
So, you watch the Fantasy Footballers, right?
And I'm trying to hold in the seal noise right now.
Baby! No.
I was thinking more,
No, so I've done both of them, but at the same time, they had done that, and he had shown up as I was watching that. So I was like, oh, dude, I haven't heard that Seal song in a while. So I put it on my phone, and he happened to walk down as I'm playing that.
Like it happens every day.
Yeah.
I love Seal, bro.
We also decided to do that. So we watched Red Zone, and we decided, as they were doing their Red Zone countdown, we started playing the Seal song, and it actually lined up perfectly, remember? As soon as the song cut off, the first kick, like the guy was
nice.
kicking the ball as the song cut off.
I creamed my pants.
That'll hit you in the Seals.
Yeah.
Good shot. Eagles, Panthers.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah, what do you got?
With the football team's defense, they were high expectations.
Very high.
Super disappointing so far. I know a lot of people are saying I'm just going to start them because they're supposed to be good. Thoughts?
I'm still holding out hope in terms of like
Because you
rostering
love
them.
Chase Young, right?
No, rostering them. No, I'm not starting them at all. I'm dropping them.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
what I'm saying is your team defense.
Streaming option down the road, 100%, dude. If you see them start to pick up a little momentum,
Sure.
you start seeing, I don't know what their schedule is. Let's say they have
But they're
a
not
Jags Jets run. Fucking
not
scoot.
what people expect them to make the playoffs because of their defense.
Yeah, no. Their
So-
defense is bottom half.
Does that mean no playoff opportunities?
In real life, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah, I think they're done.
They'll be competitive.
They're very
right?
disappointing. They're one of the more disappointing defenses we've seen.
But fantasy-wise, we'd agree they'll be competitive in terms of their offense, and I still feel like their team defense down the road start
offensive fantasy players.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm more focused on the defense because a lot of people are saying, "Hey, it's the Redskins defense or Washington football team defense."
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to start them regardless, right? So
I have been like that, yeah.
I think at this point, you need to
cut bait.
Sure. Like, what do you, it's a defense, right?
It's a defense to monitor, though, on their performance, for one. If they get a little healthier, for two. And for three, their matchups. That's a prime streaming defense because they're better than these, like, Titans defenses. Still. Like, they're still better than the Titans or Chiefs or, And
the last question on the Saints, it's a simple yes or no. Make the playoffs. Wild card, not division, but wild card.
Yes. Michael Thomas, baby.
Yeah, no and yes.
Yes.
And I will say... I'm going to say no because I think the Panthers are.
All right. I think they both can make it.
I let the Vikings in earlier when you asked, so I have to be mindful of how many playoff spots I'm giving out.
Everyone just makes the
Everybody go.
Millennial playoffs right here. There it is. It's now the NBA, right? All right. Eagles, Panthers. Eagles 21, Panthers 18. Very surprising. Panthers had this game in the fucking books.
They had it. It felt like they had won this game
3 times
in the second quarter, and it was really just Eagles. Like at halftime, I think it was
15-6.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
It hurt.
Sam Darnold also played like a fucking turd. That was Jets. Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
It really sucked, and Miles Sanders also sucks. So
absolutely.
He actually played 75% of the snaps, game of 24. Very, very interesting line. 11 for 45 on the ground. And then he did add 5 catches, but he had 6 yards on those catches. So, I mean, PPR, I like it. You're getting 5. Half PPR, you're not getting much. What is that? What? Like, I don't know what kind of analysis I can have there. Like, fuck you, Miles Sanders. You're a good player. I don't think it's his fault. It's the scheme. It's trash.
Eagles are a more talented Detroit in terms of their desire to constantly compete. Like when we bet 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we bet the Chiefs against the Eagles. Granted, it was a little questionable at first, but then all of a sudden the Chiefs went up 2 scores, right?
Yeah.
But it never felt like the Eagles were out of it. Like there was no quitting that team. I think, is it Sirianni?
Yeah, Sirianni.
I like him.
Yeah.
I'll say this again, off topic, but I do like the Texans coach too.
David Culley?
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yes, yep, exactly. Yeah.
No,
I think Culley is he's a leader of men. So.
Yeah, Lovie Smith style.
But back to the Eagles.
So the tight end, something to monitor here on both ends. Right now, Dallas Goedert has COVID. So he's not playing this week. And Zach Ertz is going to be getting... So Zach Ertz pick up. He's going to get all the snaps again. He probably have 7 catches. And then also to monitor, I want to roster both these guys because Zach Ertz this week definitely rostered to play. And then Max Williams out for the year most likely. The Cardinals need somebody. Other teams need someone too. Eagles just trade fucking Zach Ertz so we can free Dallas Goedert, free Zach Ertz. It's like the slave movement. Like, let's get both these guys out of
the Cardinals. Oh.
Bring these guys from the south to the north. Let them be fucking playing blues or whatever they do. Shit. I don't know where that went. John Gruden. We're gonna go to the Panthers here. Go to the Panthers.
We can go to the
anyone else on the Eagles.
Black Panthers.
I'll say this. I think Devontae Smith is he's a pro player.
That's good.
I like him a lot. I think he's the real deal. Miles Sanders, I'm not too worried about. I want to say that much. Eagles are also not a team I'm going to rely on to make the playoffs. I feel like they're going to be a very exciting and interesting 6-win team.
They're frisky.
Yeah,
for sure. On any other thoughts on the Eagles for you?
I just had a question that I wanted to pose to you guys about this game in general, talking about the quarterbacks, because like you said in the beginning, it was clearly it was Panthers all the way early. Mm-hmm, but does this say more about Sam Darnold playing with a lead or Jalen Hurts playing from behind?
Jalen Hurts playing from behind for me. I feel like this is a one-off for the Panthers.
Because Darnold looked like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't... This is not... Because this wouldn't make sense as a defense of Sam Darnold, but to me, it felt like the Panthers came in expecting to win the game, and were winning the game for most of the game until Hurts just went off script and decided to just run all over them. Like, what was it, 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns? Still made some good throws. I mean, I'm not discrediting that, but this was one that the Panthers definitely let get away.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
they stopped running the ball a little bit. It was
I still like the Panthers.
Same.
I think they're a good team, and they're going to continue to be a good team. I actually like to win the division, but with the Eagles, I still think they have Deshaun Watson in the back of their mind. Like, it's the ex-boyfriend.
Same with Miami, dude. Like, everyone's just like, I want Deshaun Watson. I want this.
I truly believe that. I don't think that's out of their mind yet, because it's been all this time and he's still
in limbo.
Apparently he settled a couple things out of court. Ooh. So
good for him.
But yeah, 2 of the 25.
Good for him, man. You're broke by the time he has to play again, but hey, man.
Well, more motivation to come out and kill it.
Love
right?
It. Hey,
Michael Vick after.
Unfortunately, dogfighting isn't as bad as whatever he is accused of doing. I don't want to mention that on the screen. Fingers in the butt or whatever.
Right. No, but I could see Deshaun.
I could see
him massaging his way back into the league.
Nice. He's massaging his way back in the league. I'm singing. Panthers. Chuba Hubbard. Nice ass game, man. Nice. It was a
Chuba.
Full Chuba. I got a Chuba for Choops, man. He had 24 carries, 101 yards, and 5 catches for 33. Someone predicted him having 130 yards in this podcast last week. I said the touchdowns were finicky, and he didn't have any.
Yeah, we should get that guy on.
Yeah. Well, that was a slimmer man. I gained a couple pounds this week. So.
Did you?
Water weight.
Yeah. You cultivating the mass.
Sam Darnold came back to earth rushing 2 for 10, which is weird. One talking point here is DJ Moore. I heard a lot of people panicking at the bowling alley. I heard people saying they're benching him next week. Yeah.
Who
what do you
said they're benching
the fucking dude from O'Brien Painting, dude, in the bowling league. I was like, he must be playing in like a 4-team league. I'm like,
I think you heard the only person in the world that said they're benching DJ Moore, dude.
No, I'm not saying. I was like, what? I was like, what did he have? He had 7 targets, 5 for 42, so it was a bad game. But again, Sam Darnold passed for 177 and 3 picks.
And he missed him on some key throws.
And DJ Moore is a locked and loaded wide receiver 1. He's a top 5 talent. I'm going to say that right now in the league, at the position. Right?
That's a debate we could have.
It's close, right?
But I will tell you this.
By law, you're allowed to say that. You're right.
I am. Yeah. I've been saying that all offseason, but
no,
it's close. It's top 10 for sure.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
David, what do you have to say?
I just wasn't a fan of him, in fantasy drafts at all, to be honest with you. Just saying, like, he and
fantasy draft. It's one draft.
Right, exactly.
Instead of the mocks.
But kind of like DeAndre Swift was to the running back, like I found myself passing and passing when I could have, and now looking back, Cooper Kupp's another one, looking back, it's like, fuck me, like, why didn't I just do it?
Yeah.
But my point is I've been converted, so when you say he's solid, like, I agree with you now, based on what I've seen.
Well, like, I love Cooper Kupp.
This game aside, but DJ Moore rocks.
Yeah.
He rocks.
He's
top 5?
He's a dog, too.
But he rocks.
Steve Smith with ball skills.
Yeah, top 5 is me being just on my high horse. Sure. Top 10 for sure, though, talent. What's funny is we talked about this earlier. DJ Moore did not make the top 100 football players from last year. They had Cole Beasley was 87. So, bro. Did they ever? I love Cole Beasley. He's Hunter Renfrow. I love Hunter Renfrow. But to put those guys ahead of dynamic outside receivers that can play inside, that can do it all, like, unfortunately, you cannot put Cole Beasley on the outside in the NFL. He'll get worked.
Right.
If you put any of these outside receivers inside, they're going to dominate just like Cole Beasley does. Because it's on a linebacker, it's single coverage, it's man, like at third down. I don't know, like. So apparently, NFL Network, check your shit because that's trash. And DJ Moore, if you don't think DJ Moore saw that, and that's a guy that, he's Steve Smith, like, dude, he's going to find some motivation on any way he can. And DJ Moore saw that and was like, oh, I only have 1,100 yards every year at 22 years old with awful quarterbacks. I'm not on the list.
Any worry on either of you guys with Sam Darnold?
No.
Like, what do you?
I have some.
When you describe Sam Darnold, like, how would you describe him as a quarterback?
Inconsistent.
But like, what's his skill set?
Athletic and big arm, but inconsistent. No, I'm worried about Sam Darnold real life more than I am for supplying fantasy to the other guys.
What is Sam? This is not poo-pooing on Sam Darnold. What does he do well?
Nothing really well. He doesn't do anything bad, though, either.
So he's Trent Dilfer.
He's a fuckable girl. So, like, and you know, the thing about Sam Darnold, he'll do everything. Like, remember the girl that fractured her ankle? Long story, but it still came back and hooked up with you.
I was there. You weren't. Yeah. So I remember.
Medication.
Yeah. Remember that Christmas present you got?
Yeah. Remember 4 years ago when your grandma got you those pair of socks?
No, he'll do everything, and it's nice.
No, so what is he? But what is he good at? Like, tell me what's Sam Darnold good at?
Not much.
I can't really put my finger on anything. I just don't really.
He's a big body,
I
right?
feel like
you know what you could do? You could put your finger in Sam Darnold if he was a chick, because he'd let you do it.
He's a big body that might be mentally tough going through the Jets.
For sure.
But he has some athleticism, right?
I think his ceiling is Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
AFC Championship game, Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, but that was with Derrick Henry.
He has Chuba Hubbard. Not CMC.
I see him as a Jay Cutler in a rushing era.
I like that.
Like, he has a big arm. Like, he has. Yeah. It feels like he has the physical attributes, but like mentally, in between the ears, like, he's athletic, more athletic than the average Bear. But so Jay Cutler could have done the same runs that Darnold did, but I don't know. To me, like, people were crowning him after the first 2 weeks. Like, see what MK's like. Look how shitty he is. Like, look how good Darnold is. But Darnold hasn't thrown for anything. He just ran the ball in, really.
He's done 5 rushing.
Well, the team does well. Like, Kyler Murray shouldn't be first or second MVP voting because the last 3 weeks he hasn't done shit. But they're 5-0, so by default the team's propping him up. The narrative, rather.
All right, so we're going to have to cut it off here for the night. We will be back to finish tomorrow with the rest of the games, but I wanted to thank David Brainerd here.
Yeah, Dave, dude.
Pleasure, awesome
Pleasure.
guest here, and hopefully this is not the last time he comes on.
I hope so too.
We'll maybe try to get it, maybe not a relationship kind of thing, but how about a friends with benefits?
Okay.
You know, like whenever we need you, we'll hit you up and we'll be drunk. We'll be like, Dave, come over for the pod.
I'm curious to see in the future, because Dave he's an avid viewer of the podcast. Maybe if there's anything you disagree with us on that you have a strong point on,
post that shit.
Comment on that, and then we could do maybe a more specific video instead of just brushing, a broad stroke.
We can do it maybe a mid-season kind of buy low.
Yeah,
trade, all that.
If you have something you want to say, then I'm sure.
Thank you, sir.
We can talk about Michael Thomas all season long.
Through a pod.
Michael Thomas, guys.
That's where.